3, 2, 1. Wow. Oh my God, that's cold. Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, the coldest podcast in all of the Midwest. I'm Miles, the You Betcha guy. I'm here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We got a great podcast coming for you. We got March Madness. We got an interview with a guy named Taylor. He runs Dude Dad Facebook page. It's got a bunch of funny content. We'll get into that interview. And then we also are going to talk, one, our bar takeovers, but two, just the different types of people you see at the bar every time you go. So let's just get into the show. Here at You Betcha, we know that life is way too short to hold your own drink, and that's why we have the Bev Buckle. Now, the Bev Buckle is a belt buckle that is the world's first retractable drink holder. And I tell you what, this thing holds your Busch Lattes like a charm. They are handmade here in the U.S., and these guys were also on Shark Tank. So they are the perfect gift for someone who loves to drink Busch Lattes, but, just doesn't want to be bothered with the fact of holding the Busch Latte. You can find these guys on their social media at BevBuckle or on their website, bevbuckle.com. That's BEVBUCKLE.com. And if you want 15% off of your order, use promo code YouBetcha with no space. That's YOUBETCHA. You Betcha, promo code 50% off at bevbuckle.com. And I hope that you guys love your Busch Latte holder. I want to talk to you guys about U Motors Motorsports and Marine, located in Fargo, North Dakota and Pelican Lake, Minnesota. They have all of the best brands: Honda, Yamaha, Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Nautique boats, Super boats, Supreme boats, all of the boats, and even Avalon pontoons. If you mention this ad, you can get 20% off parts and accessories, and obviously some exclusions may apply, but you can get 20% off parts and accessories. You can check them out on Facebook, Instagram, but also at their website, umotorsinc.com. Again, that's umotorsinc.com.
I would venture to say it's almost the nectar of the gods. Back, baby, back. I want my Busch. Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to the You Betcha Radio Podcast, episode 12.
Yeah, we're on 12.
Okay, thanks for that.
That makes it like 3 months, Ryan.
Yeah.
Woo, we made
3 months of job security. It's a pretty good start for me.
Be careful.
Guys, remember, go follow us on social media at OUBetcha. That's at OHH On top of our main You Betcha page, go follow me, Ryan the T-shirt guy. That's at Ryan the T-shirt guy. We also got a couple other cool pages that we had pop up within probably the last month. At moms.hotdish, the official Midwestern meme page of OU Betcha, as well as the Ranch Wrangler. We're trying to wrangle up the best viscosity, the best ranch in all the Midwest weekly. So go tune into that page at Ranch Wrangler. And guys, the Nectar of the Mountains shirts, not even shirts, crew necks shirts.
We finally got some sweatshirts.
They're in. Perfect time for the springtime. The snow's melting.
It's not too heavy. It's a nice light crew neck. So
it's sweater weather. And I would consider this
Ryan.
like a bulkier long sleeve shirt, a crew neck, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect for the springtime. So go check them out. We're bringing back the Nectar of the Mountains on the baby blue. Give them a quick audio visual of the Nectar of the Mountains crew neck.
We're gonna start with the material of the shirt. The shirt is a nice, soft poly cotton blend, but it is also like garment dyed, and so it's not a bright color, but it's more of a what is it, a Pantone color?
Yeah, I think so.
It's more of a Pantone color. It is a soft baby blue shirt with a drop shoulder cut on the sleeve. Then we head to the design. The design is your classic Nectar of the Gods Mountains shirt with red and white. It finishes with a soft inside of the sweatshirt that will make any baby fall asleep if it was swaddled in it. And that was your
That was good.
audio visual.
Yeah, I always enjoy those. So you got the social media pages, you got the update on the shirts.
Oh, bar takeovers too, Ryan.
Yeah, I forgot about the bar takers.
So-
I'm gonna let you take that one over.
Yeah. So we have 3 confirmed bar takeovers so far. We're talking to other bars about it. April 27th, we're going to be at the Showboat Saloon in the Wisconsin Dells. May 18th, we're going to be in Joyce, Iowa, which is in north central Iowa. We're going to be at an event center there that has a bar. Whoa, push burp. It's on May 18th. So Joyce, Iowa, Wisconsin Dells, and the third one will be in Lake of the Ozarks. So this is so far. We'll be there the 27th, the 26th and 27th of, oh my gosh, another bush burp.
You're pushing them out. You want me to take over?
No, I got this.
All right.
I'm going to power through. July 26, 27, we'll be in the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri for the 3rd confirmed bar takeover. There are more dates to come as we lock them down.
You think Jason Bateman will be at the Ozarks?
Well, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that I'm going to be walking into a money laundering scheme here.
I'm gonna keep my eye open. Maybe we're going to the bar that he owns.
We very well could be, Ryan. So we'll let you know if the Ozarks bar that we go to is it's Marty Bird is the character.
Marty Bird, yep.
Yeah,
Jason
if
Bateman's
it's
the
Marty
actor.
Bird's. Well, I think he's got a strip club too, doesn't he?
Yep. Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of profitable
So,
businesses.
Ryan will probably be at the strip club. I'll be just working my face off while he's just enjoying his time in the Ozarks. But those are so far, more to come, but so far confirmed bar takeovers coming this spring and this summer. It's going to be fun.
I'm pumped for it, man.
We've been talking about different ideas and stuff we could do. Right before this, we were talking that I want Ryan to bring his heat press.
Oh yeah, babe. We are hot, baby. I'm gonna say that right off I'm gonna walk in that place and I'm gonna say, we are hot, baby.
Yeah. I was saying you don't have to sell them all the whole time, but like an hour or two just behind the heat press.
Yeah.
We can maybe get you a sign above it that says we are hot, baby.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
Yeah. So
Maybe sell a shirt with that on it.
we're throwing around different ideas of what we can do at these bar takeovers. I think the biggest challenge though, Ryan, is we'll get more into the bar takeovers in a little bit, but biggest challenge is going to be drinking and trying to stay productive with the content.
Right.
So that'll be my biggest challenge. I'm gonna have to overcome it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do maybe a sober April or a sober July or something, so that I could keep you on track.
Like at the takeovers.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no way that the fans are gonna let you not drink at all the takeovers.
they won't let me into the bar.
And I won't let them either. But yeah, it'll be tough. I was at an event this last weekend, and every time you turn around, there's a new bush light in your hand. So I'm excited, and hopefully we can do that. But before we get into more bar takeovers, we need to talk March Madness, Ryan. Your
Duke,
beloved
baby.
Duke
Yep. Wow.
tried to lose.
Wow.
They beat the 7-6 man.
They beat my guy Taco Fall, man. I've got a lot of respect for Taco Fall. The fact that he can literally just grab the ball, raise his arms up and dunk it is so impressive.
Yeah, I mean, but there's no talent in that. So it's not that impressive. He's just super tall.
It's interesting you say that, because if you're 7'6", if you're any 7'6" man, can you play
basketball? The
basketball?
parts of his game are impressive.
Yep.
The standing and
shot
dunking
blocker.
is whatever.
Yep.
But to get up and down the court, to move, that 100%.
His joints have to just be on fire.
Oh man, can you imagine?
Just constant pounding on the basketball floor.
And like once you get in the NBA and you get a bigger salary and stuff, you can do a lot of stuff to help.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of your body. But if you're a collegiate athlete, you get like the student trainers that have no idea what they're doing working on you, and that's about it. So I bet his joints,
Yeah, oh man. Let's go back to the NDSU game. So NDSU was the 16 seed playing Duke first round. Duke looked a little bit, I think it was a 4-point game at halftime. Duke just looked like they woke up out of bed 30 minutes before the game.
And I also think the NDSU was coming out hot.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're playing Duke and they just won the
hyped,
day
man.
or two before.
I'm sure the news stations, the papers, what have you, were just crazy around NDSU, like hyping up the game. And so I wonder if like all 16 seeds like hype up this huge game against the number 1 seed, like, could there be a chance? Probably not, but it's cool exposure. I'm sure NDSU got crazy exposure out of it.
Yeah, they and they were only down by 4 or whatever going into the second half.
Yep.
And so, I mean, kudos to NDSU for that, but I mean, Duke is Duke. They're really
Duke.
good.
They survived.
I'm still adamant that they're not going to make it out of the Elite Eight, though.
No, I would agree. I don't know.
You can't do this. You can't say that they're going to win and then also say they're not going to make it out of the Elite Eight.
I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. Okay, so the game against UCF, I think Duke's biggest lead was 8. UCF's biggest lead was like 5 or 6. It was going back and forth all game, and I mean, I kind of like blacked out a little bit towards the end.
Was it because you were really drunk or because you were nervous?
No, because I was nervous.
Ryan, it's okay to say that you were blacked out.
So
Ryan had about 1.5 beers and he blacked out.
I was gone, man. I was so gone between that and stress. Duke didn't make their free throws down the stretch.
Zion, man, missed that big free throw,
which was a blessing in disguise because RJ Barrett gets the rebound, which. True. There's a questionable push from behind on the rebound. Very questionable
push.
But that's March Madness. I mean, the refs are either going to let him play or they're gonna call everything.
Yeah.
So that happened. I was out of my seat. I was stressed. And then
I think that Duke will lose to Michigan State.
Really?
Just feeling it.
So they play the winner of Virginia Tech and Liberty.
Liberty.
And who won that game last night?
Virginia Tech and Liberty?
Yeah.
Virginia Tech.
Okay, so Duke plays Virginia Tech next. Virginia Tech's a 4 seed.
They'll beat Virginia Tech, I think.
Yeah.
So I think actually the best Elite 8 game, if they get there, obviously, is going to be the Gonzaga-Michigan team.
Mm-hmm.
Or Michigan game. If they can both make it through the next round into that, I think that'll be a really good Elite 8 game. So I'm looking forward to that.
How disappointed do you think the Wisconsin fans were after it's the 12-5 game, man? Someone's going to get upset.
Yeah.
And it just happened.
There was like 3 of the 4 12 seeds, though, won. So, yeah. I mean, that's just crazy.
I was 4 for 4 on the 12-5 game seat. On the 12-5 games, yeah,
nice.
Yep.
I made like 6 brackets, so each one is all different. So I think like half of them I had right, half of them I didn't, or whatever. But
have you ever been to a March Madness game?
I have not actually, no.
Because they have some in. Do they have some in Iowa? I think they have some in.
Yes, it's in Des Moines right now.
Okay.
Kansas City,
Minneapolis is Final Four.
Minneapolis is the Final Four. I'm trying to figure out. It doesn't say where the regional games are.
Okay.
But the Elite 8 is in Louisville, Kansas City, Anaheim, and Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So
now the Midwestern teams we have left in the tournament, obviously I'm a Duke guy, but I also like to see Midwest teams
Michigan
making some noise. Is Iowa still in it, aren't they?
Nope. They lost in a heartbreaker. So they were down by like 25.
Oh, yes.
Came back, forced it to OT, ended up losing. But there were a lot of tweets of like, I'm so happy about my Iowa team's heart. It's like, well, that's all you can hang your hat on when you lose. Yeah. But no, that was crazy as well. It was like almost like madness, I would say.
March Madness.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the tournament. I think that it's actually like gone way too on script, We got a 1 seed, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 5. Oh, we got a 5 seed still left.
Oregon?
Auburn.
Okay.
Oregon's 12. That's like the only anomaly. The
Sure.
rest, Auburn and Oregon are the only ones that aren't a 3 or higher,
Wow.
which is actually pretty rare. Now, most of the time, I was doing some research, and most of the time, like the people who win the championship are a 1, 2, or 3 seed.
Okay.
Final 4 seed or the final 4 seeding though can kind of be all over the place.
Yep.
So it's crazy that there's only those seeds left. But yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be madness
March Madness.
to see how the rest of it goes. So coming up now, I got an interview. His name's Taylor. He's from Dude Dad. He's been doing videos like I've been doing for like 3+ years now.
Yep.
He got into the game way earlier than I did. And he's from South Dakota originally, so he's a Midwest guy, born and raised. And then he's been living in LA for however many years now. And so he's got an interesting perspective of like the Midwest life, but also the LA life. And so we interview him about all things Midwest, all things LA. And he spent the day at the bunker shooting a video with me.
Yeah, so this was the first in-person podcast interview
In
that
studio.
we've done.
Yeah, I tell you what though, he might have looked better in that spot than you, Ryan. So
That's what I'm saying, man. 3 months, I'm 3 months deep in this job security.
mostly because I just haven't found anyone else. No, it was fun, and I hope he had a good time here at the bunker. He walked in, and it was just like, I just got my crap laying everywhere because we don't have much in here yet still, because it's just like,
well,
we've
you had
been
to go to
doing other
IKEA.
stuff. Yeah, we had to go to IKEA. And I bet he was just like, oh man, this looks like my kid's room after I don't make them clean it for a few days. But yeah, so here's that interview with Taylor. All right, guys, I would love to welcome on in studio. You're our first guest in studio, by the
Wow.
way. Taylor Kalmus from Dude Dad.
That's right.
You've been doing this longer than I have, obviously.
A little bit.
It was been like 3 years or so.
A little over 3 years now. I started the channel as soon as my first son was born. I now have a son and a daughter, 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and that's basically what my channel is about: is being a dad while also still being a dude.
I love it. I see you got Busch Light. So you are from whoa.
Coming in hot with
Yeah.
the Busch Light.
So you're from South Dakota.
Yes.
Um,
Middle of nowhere, South Dakota. Not just South Dakota, not near Sioux Falls, like a ways from Sioux Falls.
yeah, like in the middle of nowhere. There's
Middle
like
of nowhere.
800 people, right?
Do
Do you guys have a stoplight or not?
I don't think so. I feel like I was saying this the other day. I think there was a light that flashed somewhere, but there was definitely no stoplight.
Yeah, like a solar powered light on a stop sign is what you're saying? Yeah.
There's no way there's solar power there, but maybe. It's a nice town though. We got a great pool.
You guys got a pool.
We got a pool. We had a bowling alley, but then this guy burnt it down for the insurance money, and he got caught because he hired some.
Classic arsonist move.
Yeah, he hired somebody to burn it down, and the guy got really wasted when he did it, and he left the gas can sitting out.
A whole thing, right?
Is a whole thing, and that could be a total rumor. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
But that's what happens in the small towns is rumors.
Lots of rumors, yeah.
Yeah. So your page is a lot about your family. It's a lot about. It's obviously very funny. So you
Thank
guys
you.
got to check them out. One of your best videos that has gone viral. That's usually the buzzword people use is
Boom.
you basically like pimped out your kids. Like what do you call it?
The Power Wheels car.
Power Wheels car.
Yes. Yeah. So we took his Power Wheels car. I bought this Power Wheels for like $40.
Did you get on
And,
Craigslist or something?
Yeah, offer up. I think.
Nice, I like it.
$40. Got a couple of rattle cans, and I took the whole thing apart, repainted the whole thing to look like a classic Jeep, and then I took my Milwaukee drill batteries, which is an 18-volt battery.
Yep.
So I increased the power from 12 volts to 18 volts, and it was like there's a shot of me in the video where like I get in and try it myself, and almost fall over
Yeah,
like
like pop-
backwards.
yeah, like-
Oh yeah, popped a wheelie hardcore. And I was like, okay, my son's like 3. He doesn't even know how to drive yet. I'm like, I got to tone this down because he's
Yeah.
gonna like lose it. So then I like put in like a adapter thing so that I could actually adjust the speed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So how'd you come up with that idea?
I wanted to do it for a while. I've seen other guys that have done it, but I'm like, I want to do it myself. I want to see how else like the best way to do it. So I like had to learn a lot about electricity for that one because like
You watched a lot of YouTube videos,
I
didn't
blew
you?
up a couple of transformers doing it. Like literally, like I had this like power converter hooked into it at one point. And the thing about those is you cannot hook up the terminals backwards or they will explode. And it literally blew a hole in the side of this thing. It was pretty
Was
freaky.
your wife like, what are you doing out there? Or
She's usually got a, she's pretty trusting, but she usually knows I'm up to something. Yeah, she's giving me the side eye, but she's pretty supportive.
nice.
But yeah, there's always a few questions going around like, do you think that's too tall? Maybe we should
Yeah, yeah,
come down from there, Taylor.
for sure. So, what did you do before you were? What do you call yourself? Are you an internet personality?
I
Are
don't know.
You,
Like, I feel like the best term is YouTuber, but I'm so much bigger on Facebook than YouTube, so I don't like to say YouTuber
Yeah.
because then everyone just
I
goes
think
to
people
YouTube.
understand the term YouTuber.
Yeah.
People I do not think understand the term Facebooker.
No, because then they just like, oh, so you waste a lot of
Oh,
time.
you scroll and you
You're a
like stuff.
scroller.
Yeah.
No, so I call myself like a video creator, content creator. So I make content about fatherhood, but it's like the extreme version of that. So I'm like, it's like fatherhood souped up on Red Bull,
Dramatic. The whole
it's
thing.
over
yeah.
the top. It's like taking things to the 10th degree.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, it's taking it up a notch. It's going to 11. It's fatherhood dialed up to 11.
When people ask me what I do, I say I make videos for the internet. And then they usually look at me
How
and they're
generic.
like, so how do you pay the bills? if you're making videos to
Yeah.
the internet, I'm like, I'm getting by. Don't worry about it. But
what's that like for you? Because I'm sure you've went through that too, where like for like a period, everyone just kind of looks at you and like, what are you doing?
well, that's
Like,
what I was going to ask you.
When
Is
are
like
you
when
gonna
you
get a
started.
job? Yeah.
Yeah, when you started. So the one experience for me that stuck out in my mind is I don't know if you can hear it on the podcast, but we got the neighbors
Yeah, that
again
sounds
banging on something.
That's a hammer on metal for sure.
So we'll let you know, keep you updated on
Yeah,
what
we're
they're
gonna
doing.
go check it out. They're probably putting on hurricane anchors,
Probably,
is what I mean, based on my construction experience.
which we'll get into here. But yeah, it was like I was going out to my parents' lake cabin to shoot a video by the lake about Midwesterners being on the lake and stuff, and they're like, so like when are you gonna like get a job, or like why are you're just going out there to hang out, you're not actually going out there
Yeah.
to shoot videos and stuff. And then you get a video to hit, and then they kind of start to understand after that, I think. But yeah, you alluded to it, you have carpentry experience, right? Like
Yeah.
almost 10 years, you said.
Yeah, I worked construction for like 10 years back here in the Midwest. And then when I moved to LA, just in the last like couple years ago, I've always done carpentry for different things, but I started doing set construction. So building sets for commercials or TV and
Yep.
stuff, which is, it's all the same tools, except you're building it to last a couple of days rather than
Yeah.
a lifetime. But
What's
yeah.
the most ridiculous thing you've ever built?
spaceship. we
Like-
built a spaceship for a video game shoot, some kind of video game I don't even know. I signed a
Like
bunch of
where
NDAs.
like a big person, like a normal sized person could fit into this thing.
Oh
and
yeah,
look
it's
like
massive. I mean, your studio here, this has got to be like 12,000 square feet.
about 1,500.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's. I mean, it wasn't this big, but it was. It was definitely big enough to get a bunch of people in, and it had like green screens all around it, so they could
Yeah.
put space everywhere and stuff. But that was one of the projects I worked on. But going back to the like people taking you seriously thing, because
Yeah.
I think that's something that like, that we have in common. Like we both have gotten to a place now where this is our job, but most people, especially in the Midwest, like that's not a normal job. People don't like think of that as a normal job because
Right.
it's not something that you can go to college for,
Yep.
you know? But so I definitely went through that too, because like I spent years building it before I was making decent money, you know? So for
Mhm.
like at least the first year, I didn't make a dime really, but I was making a video every single week.
Well, it was something you enjoyed doing.
Yeah, and it's something I enjoyed doing. And there was a lot of like, even though I wasn't getting huge numbers yet or anything, there was a very invested group of followers that made me go like, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but like people like it and I need to keep doing this.
Yep.
I don't know exactly how the money's going to come, but you know, you build a big enough audience and there's always money behind that
Mhm.
from some way. And I just, you know, I sort of stuck with it. And like my wife and I had several conversations about it because we're like, I don't know how I'm going to manage to keep doing everything. Cause I was like, you know, just trying to juggle so many balls at
Yep.
once and like something's got to give. And me and my wife were both like, it's not due, Dad. You got to keep doing that. There's something there. And eventually there was.
That's awesome, man. And it's one of those things where that's a tough decision to make
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
because
especially
you don't know how long people are going to want to watch,
Mhm.
right? And it's one of those things where like, yeah, I've built a good enough audience where I think they're here to stay and watch. It's
Mhm.
also one of those things like it could crash at any moment and everything else that you
Yeah.
were doing before, you're not doing anymore. And
well, especially like I mean, now that you know you're in the limelight and stuff, there's no more. You can't have a scandal because we're in the age of like one scandal, everyone wants
Yeah.
to burn your house down, and it's done for.
yeah,
Like I've always said, like you know, my numbers will keep going up as long as I don't cheat on my wife or get some sort of drug addiction.
correct.
You know, that's all. I just got to keep making content and not do those
But
things.
not only will your page stay relevant, I think that your marriage will stay good if you don't cheat on your wife.
That's true. That's true. That's actually one of the things that she, you know, made me
asked you
vow-
not to do, yeah.
She's like, if you could not do that.
It's
And
like
I was
on
yeah,
The Office when
that's cool.
when Michael Scott tells Jan that he specifically asked her not to cheat on her, and then she cheated on him. You cheated on me when you specifically
specifically
asked
asked
you
you-
not to. Yeah.
That's how you know you've got a good marriage, though, is if you don't cheat on each other.
I would agree.
I would just wanted to drop some like relationship
well,
knowledge on you.
Drop some dad knowledge on us here.
Okay. All right. So if your kid listens to you, that's good.
You're a good you're a good dad.
If your kid doesn't listen to you, you might still be a good dad. Kids don't listen.
Yeah. So really being a dad sounds like a crapshoot.
Being a dad, absolutely a crapshoot. It's all predetermined. So,
Yeah.
like, you might be a good dad, you might not be. Don't
Can't-
worry about it.
you
'cause
can't
it's already
trump DNA.
predetermined.
Yeah.
No. No. Be like,
If I was a
That-
dad, hold on. If I was a dad, I would every time my kid would do something bad, I'd be like, that's your mother's DNA. That's her
yeah,
fault.
just push it off.
Every time they do something good, that must have been my
That was
DNA
me,
coming
yeah.
through.
That sounds like you because it sounds like you because I've got a feeling you're going to marry someone super sketchy.
Yeah.
Just like she's going to be a train wreck.
Yeah.
Like she's like on the outside, she could have a lot of like pretty packaging and stuff, you know, and be like a really great person to take to barbecues.
Yeah.
But then like you get in the car and
She
like
likes 'em.
10 things are going to come up about that you did at that barbecue.
Yep. And then she's gonna start abusing me, and then I'm gonna be part of a scandal, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's the
You're
downfall
going to be
of You
hiding.
Betcha. Yeah.
That's the thing. That's going to be the little hidden secret.
So one thing, you grew up in the Midwest. So I would say you are a perfect example of a duality, right?
Yes.
You got the Midwest values and culture growing up, but you've moved away and you've been away for a little while. You live in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to run down what are some of the biggest glaring differences about living in the Midwest and living in Southern California.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So Midwest versus SoCal. I mean, it's way different. The first thing I think of is time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time moves so much slower out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we've only been together for like, 2.5 hours today, but it feels like 12.
That is true.
Like it's just because there's less to do, it takes less time to get places. I love that about here. And it's sort of one of those things where like there's I mean, because in LA, like everything is just crazy mad. There's always something going on. There's always 12 things you need to get done, and everything is move, always really, really fast.
Mhm.
And like, there's been a lot of days where I'm just like, man, wouldn't it be nice to live in the Midwest, have a 9-to-5 job, and at the end of the day, you shut off. You don't have to think about it at all, and you can just like
Crack a beer and hang
go
out.
fishing and whatever. And in LA, it's just everything's very fast paced. Everything, like, I mean, no one stops working at 5. Like, it just goes on. And as a self-employed person, like, you never really get to stop working anyway. Like, you can
Yep.
say that you have your own schedule, but when things happen, things happen. So that's the big thing. It's just like how fast paced the lifestyle is
Mhm.
out there versus here. And then I think just the culture, like that's really broad, but like, so SoCal, like is really, really diverse, and the Midwest, there's parts of the Midwest that have gotten a lot more diverse, but for the most part, like
Yeah.
everyone looks the same, thinks the same, that kind of thing. So like life is just different because of that, not like necessarily
No,
good
no,
or-
there's differences. Some people like their Busch Light in a bottle, and some people like it in a can.
That's true.
So we're way different than
And
each
it's
other here.
becoming very polarized in that sense that like the can people,
Yeah,
it's tough.
yeah, but keep going. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I'll
that's the big
keep you guys in my-
diversity that we have here in
keep
the
you guys
Midwest.
in my prayers.
Yeah,
No, but like, so like, it just creates a different, it just sort of creates a different culture in which like, you can, you have to take a lot more into account there
Yep.
than here,
yeah, 100%. So what about when it comes to like food? Because when I was in California for vacation,
I know where this is going.
yeah, go ahead. What do you?
You went to In-N-Out
I did go to In-N-Out Burger.
and there was no ranch.
So
Do you need
I
a minute?
thought there was going to be a chance
I
that
don't
that
know.
happened.
I didn't realize they didn't have ranch.
But I was like, there's no way they're not going to have ranch because like everyone has ranch, right?
Yeah, I can't think of a restaurant that doesn't have ranch.
Because and I suppose it's because maybe they don't have like salads and stuff. Because any restaurant that has salads is gonna have ranch for that, right? So then you're golden. I went there, and as a content person, I didn't mind that it didn't have ranch a little bit. Like I was pissed, obviously, because I was like, I actually wanted
So you did
ranch.
Thousand Island. I think it's weird that they had Thousand Island, but they didn't have ranch.
Well, that's what they spread on their burger. So that's the burger spread.
Oh.
Um,
Ugh. That's
yeah.
weird.
yeah, I was very unimpressed with the fries.
Oh, the fries are no one likes the fries.
What's their deal? Why can't they figure that out?
They make them in house, but they're really short. You have to ask for them well done because otherwise they're like
Yeah, they're not
basically
good.
just potato chunks,
Mhm.
little tiny pieces of potato. You got to get them well done so they get some a little more crispy.
Yep.
But I still think the burger, they
Burger
do a
was
good
good.
job on the
Yep.
burger.
Yeah, the burger was good.
But yeah, the fries, they're just like the fries that are just like the sacrifice that you have to take to get the burger. It's like
Now, so a lot of people on that video said Culver's is way better. Have you been to Culver's one?
I've been to Culver's.
I think their Culver's fries
Culver's
are
got
very
those big
similar.
old squiggle fries, right?
They're like, yeah, they're very similar
What's
to.
that fry called? Squiggle fry.
It's a squiggly. I have no idea. But
Somebody will say it in the comments. Put in the comments what kind of fry is that?
yeah, well, and so like food differences, kind of what we started getting on this. It's just
Yeah.
like there's so many different, like
Types of kale in
Types-
California.
so many different smoothie shops where I can get a kale smoothie
Mhm.
right after my yoga session.
Yeah, get some
in
good
Southern
hot
California.
yoga, or even just put the pants on and go get the smoothie.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
yeah, the yoga pants. But it's just like even like the Mexican food is literally Mexican food.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Taco John's.
No, some of the I had no idea what real Mexican food was
Mhm.
until I moved there, and then I was like, "Excuse me, there's no cheese on this taco," and they're like looking at me like,
Mm-hmm.
"You stupid gringo." But yeah, like some of the best Mexican food I've had is off of a Roach Coach. I don't think they like them called that, but the authentic Mexican food off of a truck.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. So yeah, like there's a lot of great authentic Mexican food. It's a lot of like different, like, you know, I got introduced to like Cuban food and Indian food and sushi, you know, like sushi. Do you eat sushi?
I do eat sushi.
Okay, cool. Because there's a lot of people that I bring out and I'm like, oh, let's go get some sushi. And they will not try it. And I'm like, how do you know you don't like it?
Yeah, I like sushi. You got to really douse it in some soy sauce, though.
Okay, yeah, my wife does that. I just eat
Now,
it.
I will actually say that I actually like sushi and not like the commercialized
Like
fried
California,
tempura
yeah.
stuff where it's just sushi, but then they fry
Dunk
it,
yeah.
and it just tastes like fried food. It doesn't actually taste like sushi. Like I actually like a nice
Good
regular,
raw, yeah.
you know, spicy tuna roll or whatever.
Mhm, yeah. But I like, my brother doesn't like to try things at all. He's like,
Does he
anti-
still live in the Midwest?
yeah, Nebraska.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's
Hopefully he's not flooding right now, is he?
no Lincoln. So
Okay.
he's close, but not.
Yeah,
he's above water.
Yeah.
But he's always been like Mountain Dew Doritos guy. You know, that's his thing. He's been eating that and drinking that for like,
Is he like a meat
30
potatoes
years.
guy and
Yeah.
doesn't eat anything with that's green?
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he dabbles.
My brother's like
dabbles in
that.
green stuff.
We literally joke if it's literally the color green, like he won't
Can't
eat
touch it.
Yeah.
Green M&Ms, throw them out.
Exactly.
Anything on St. Patty's Day just doesn't eat.
Yeah, he doesn't
just
even, he
backs
doesn't
away.
he just stays in his room on St. Patrick's Day. He
just
hates
closes
it.
the door. Call me
Um,
tomorrow. No, but yeah, like I was always like an adventurous, like, let's try everything.
Mhm.
And he was like, no, I know what I like. I'm going to eat what I like. And there's something to be respectable about that, that like, he knows what he wants.
Right.
But anyway, so he comes out and I'm like forcing him into eating sushi. I'm like, you're going to try it. You're going to try it because then you're going to know whether or not
So
you
is
like
he your
it.
little brother?
No, older.
Oh.
Yeah. So I get him to eat it and he hates it.
I thought that was going to end way differently. I thought it was the other way around.
Everyone thought that. And
Yeah.
he hated it and he was just like pissed. And I'm like, well, now I feel bad because
So
you
then-
haven't eaten
So
anything.
then you took him to McDonald's and it was okay.
I don't remember. Yeah, probably something like that. But it was good.
Yeah.
So it's another difference or whatever, like, because like the Midwest culture, like people are nice, right? Like you're just known for being nice.
Yeah. So does that hold up? Because we all think that we're being nice, but are we
Mhm.
actually push burp? Jeez. Are we
Uh,
actually as nice as what they say?
Yeah, I mean, you notice it. So I think yes, but I also think that I don't know that people in SoCal are necessarily not nice. But they are. But I've got a reason for it.
Let's
okay?
hear it.
All right. So first off, I'll tell you my most recent experience. Flew to the Midwest. I landed, and my mother-in-law came to pick us up, and she like pulls up at the airport and parks her car like not next to the curb, but like another car away from the curb because
Yeah.
there was somebody by the curb.
Yep.
So now we're just like out in the middle of, you know, in everyone's way. And we're like loading up the kids and trying to strap all the car seats in. So it's taken a long time. And now we've become in somebody else's way.
Yep.
Right? In LA, we would have definitely gotten, you know, at least some side eye, if not like been yelled at,
Yeah.
because of the inconvenience that would have cost. Like that would have been a huge inconvenience at LAX because we would have like, you know, traffic there is bad enough the way it is, but would have just like ruined everyone's day
Right.
in some small way, right? But in the Midwest, like it happened, and there was this guy who we were kind of like in his way, and he was just like, we're like, oh hey, sorry about that. He's, oh no, it's okay, take your time.
Where are you
We're
guys
just like,
going or coming
yeah,
from?
Yeah, where are you coming from? Oh, okay, yeah, I got an aunt out there. Okay, yeah, great. Well, hey, you know, enjoy your stay.
Yeah.
But so in SoCal, like people like it's you have so much to get done in one day, and it's so hard to get anywhere because of traffic.
Yeah.
That if anyone inconveniences you, you just live it because you're like, you know, everything's going to be thrown off now. But like, even if you want to be nice, it's hard to be nice, like because of traffic.
Yeah.
Like one day I was driving down one way, and this lady like pulled out through the intersection, and she clipped the like boulevard,
Mm-hmm.
and because she didn't see it, she couldn't see it from her angle in their giant SUV, and her hubcap came flying off, and you could tell she was just really confused. And I was like, oh man, I should like stop and help that lady, right? But she was like on the other side of the boulevard, and I'm like, if I turn around and go over there, it's literally going to take me a half an hour just to
Yep.
go say, hey, you all right? Like, this is what happened. Here's your hubcap. Like, it would have taken me a half an hour. It was literally just really inconvenient to be nice.
Yeah.
Where in the Midwest, you just go, hey, how's it going? Hey, here it is. You know,
Yeah.
like
100%. Yeah.
so that's my thing. I think it's more, it's easier to be nice.
Nah, well, one nice thing that happened, the one nice thing that happened
In
when I was in
California?
Cali is I was looking for the one Natter Days beer that's by Natural
Oh,
Light.
yeah.
They weren't, it's not, a bunch of liquor stores ordered it, but they hadn't got it yet.
Mm.
And one guy told me that he had one sample can.
Wow. You
Yeah.
got his only can.
I got his only can in the store. But then he became not nice because he made me buy it for 89 cents. He didn't just give me the sample can. So I literally had to
89
swipe my
cents.
card for like 89 cents.
Like, hey, can I charge that 35% processing fee?
And so whatever, I got my can, but he was nice enough to be like, hey man, I got this in the back. And he went and got it, but then he made me pay for it. So
Wow. What was his name?
I don't remember. But no, it's just funny because there are very noticeable differences
Mm-hmm.
in stuff like that. So are you going to move back to the Midwest ever?
It's up for debate. You know, it's up for debate. I would love the cheap real estate.
Yep.
I could get a mansion for what I'm like. You would cry if you saw how much I paid for our place.
Well, that's like on all of the like House Hunter HGTV videos
yeah.
when they're like saying their budget's $1.3 million.
And then you see it and you're like, that's like the size of my townhouse.
Right.
Yeah.
So like everyone in the Midwest is like, how is their budget that much? Like, are you kidding me? That's astronomical. And it's like, well, that's how much everything costs there.
Yeah, it's insane. Like what the amount of money that I spend every month is insane. Like it comes in and out, especially with two kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent like $16,000 on daycare last year.
Jesus.
Maybe it was 12,000. Either way, it was 5 numbers,
Yeah, that's a
and
lot.
that's insane because
Yeah.
we only send them 3 days a week.
Okay, that's the most shocking. The 3 days a week thing is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah, it's insane. It just costs so much. So like, I mean, that would be one reason to move back is like just the cost of living. It would be, but we're also 10 years. We've lived out there 10 years now. So like we have our bodies have changed drastically in terms of what they kind of weather they'll handle.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, we had the door open on the bunker
shop,
on
yeah.
the bunker today, and
it was open and my nipples just got hard instantly.
diamond cutters.
Diamond cutters. I started just cutting through glass just because it felt like I needed to make them useful.
That's a great visual for
It was
everyone
weird
listening.
because
yeah.
you're like Taylor, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, man. I got to do this.
I'm like, hey, why are you trying to cut the window or
Yeah.
whatever? But yeah. So I got 2 questions left for you.
So
One
dumb.
is, where'd you get that hat?
Oh yeah.
So if you're listening on the podcast, if you're watching, you can see it. But if you're listening, it is a brown. I don't know, what is that? Neoprene? What?
It's almost like silk.
Yeah, it's a brown hat, but it's a bomber hat. But it's not like your traditional one where you could strap it underneath your chin.
I think it's a kid's. I don't know. It's kind of small.
It literally like goes to like this top lip on his cheek.
It's got. I feel like it has the same look that they had in the movie Fargo, though.
Yeah,
right. The
yeah,
chief.
Yeah, that's your Chief
I
Fargo hat.
Think I'm gonna puke.
And it is just poop brown
No, yeah.
color. It is.
This is my favorite hat. I've had this for years. I had it back in when I lived in Midwest 10 years ago. I don't remember where I got it. I probably got it out of like a lost and found or something, something like that. Where I didn't pay for it. Tell you that I didn't pay for
I
it.
really hope you didn't.
But I
Is
think.
it comfy at least?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
want to try it on?
Yeah, let me try it on. Let's see this baby.
It's probably pretty warm now.
So
It does
there-
have buttons like
there-
you could strap it. No, it's not.
used to.
I think there was maybe a strap that came underneath.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna try it on, and then so while I'm trying this on, my last question is, what do you think of the bunker?
Like I was saying, I really like. I mean, it's about, like I said, like 12,000 square feet. I think you got that. I like the crown molding that you did here.
Oh,
the
yeah.
crown molding,
Oh, yeah.
and I like the stairs up to the third floor. That's cool. I was up to the third floor where the arcade's at.
Yeah,
and,
we got an arcade up there. Had a hot tub up there.
Yeah, and the slide down is really nice.
Yeah, we got a fire pole out back too if you want to try that
That'd
out
be
before
great.
you leave.
Yeah, by the Humvees.
Yeah. Humvees. It's my own version of the Rob Deerdeck Fantasy Factory.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's cool, man. Like, I wish I had a space like this. And like, that's the other great thing about the Midwest. Like, if I was in the Midwest, I would have I'd have a dude dad bunker,
Yeah.
you know, rent out. Cause this is basically just a shop space. I imagine like rent on this
Your
is
hat
my
back.
hair look really bad.
No, it looks like you're from Southern California.
You mean just really good.
No,
It's slick.
Slicked.
It's too, well, it's slick because it's been under a hat all day. And it's just, I haven't washed it in like 2 months.
Yeah. You're doing some natural treatment, some with like essential oils or something, right?
You just wait. It's my mom and my wife are both hardcore essential oils people. Like they, you know, I will be in my deathbed and they will both be there rubbing me down with essential oils,
Just thinking it's gonna
bringing me
help.
back to
Yeah.
life. Yeah. So we use a lot of essential oils in my house. We vape them. Not vape. We don't vape them. We
You a vape guy?
what's that called? No. What's that called? Yeah, they vaporize them into the air.
Yeah.
Diffuser. They
Yeah.
diffuse them. They put them in roller balls, and we rub them on our feet and our ankles and everywhere.
That sounds miserable to me.
It smells good. Smells
You
good.
smell like lavender then?
Yeah, lavender's a big one.
I knew I smelt it.
Lavender.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's my musk.
now that we've completely derailed and talking about lavender essential
Yeah,
oils.
it's essential. Yeah, so yeah, your bunker smells like lavender.
The correct answer was yes, Miles. This place is awesome. I'm so glad that you invited me.
Oh yeah. I immediately made it about how I wish I had one.
Yeah, it was almost. Yeah, it immediately went to you, but
No, I talked about your crown molding and how I liked it.
Oh yeah.
I was making stuff up. In actuality, this place is great. I wish I had one. I'd love to come back. You know, I'll come back. We'll build something in here. We'll not that anything needs to be built.
Yeah.
It's already fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, your set looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean that
What
in
the
all
folks can
seriousness.
see behind it looks fantastic. The rest, I got crap everywhere. But
Well, I mean, and you've got this live studio audience out here of like, what is that, 200 people?
Woo!
God, stop, guys.
Thanks for stopping by,
Stop.
guys.
Thank you.
Well, man, I appreciate you stopping by all the way from Southern California, but a true Midwesterner at heart.
Thank you.
I'm
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I hope that my audience goes and checks out your video. They should go check out your videos. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, a little bit of Twitter, you told me.
Barely Twitter.
Barely Twitter. But go check him out. He's Dude Dad on all that stuff. And let him know.
Yeah. I've got a big challenge coming up against the famous Chip Gaines from
yeah.
HGTV. We're doing that in June. I challenged him to a playhouse building competition for charity. So we're going to be raising a bunch of money for St. Jude coming
awesome.
up I think in June. So
be looking for stuff like that. Go give him a follow. Go give him a like, share, whatever. Thanks for coming on, man.
thank you, Miles.
You need to stay warm before you can head back. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go hit up the cocoa machine that you have on the third floor.
Well, that one's we moved it to the third floor. It was on the fifth floor. But
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know. There's the elevator.
cheers, man.
Cheers. Thanks, man. God, that's cold.
So that was our interview with Taylor. Great guy. Sounds like he's a great dad as well.
He's a dude dad.
He's a dude, but also a dad.
Yeah.
That's actually a stick.
It's
is
cool.
The old, you can be a dad, but also still be a dude and not like be like, still have
Right.
fun with stuff and all that. And
How old are his kids again?
I have no idea.
But they're probably younger.
They're young.
It'll be interesting when his kids grow up, what technological age they grow up in, and if Facebook will still be the
Well, we'll see. Also, like they'll see like growing up with a dad who put their entire childhood on the internet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's He's got millions and millions and millions of views. I think he was telling me that one of his Facebook videos on just his page has got like 11 million views.
Wow.
But then he also like licensed it to some other bigger pages that posted it. You know those types of pages that post just other people's content. And he said collectively with all those pages and his page, he thinks it's probably closer to like 100 million views.
Holy
just
smokes.
on one video. So, yeah, he's doing some good stuff. It's nice to get a fresh, different perspective on the podcast.
Versus just my perspective.
Yeah, he was, he's cool. He's drinking Corona, but whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we let that one fly.
Well, you'll see the video. The video will come out next week. The video that I did with him, and we'll post it on our page and stuff. So, but he also says if he's gonna drink beer in the Midwest, he drinks Miller Lite, and that's when I almost kicked him out. But no, I think the video will be fun. It'll be cool, and
Good.
so yeah, he is from a little small town, and nothing's better in a small town than a small town bar, Ryan. This is what the essence of our bar takeovers is around, is we want to go meet the people that are the fans of the You Betcha page. But not only just meet this is what we used to do. We still do, I guess.
Yep.
Is like we were just the people who'd go to our local bar every single weekend and drink and have fun and hang out. And so we just want to go do that with everyone in the Midwest. So
yeah, I look back to You Betcha Palooza, and there was hundreds and hundreds of people at You Betcha Palooza, but we were outside. Like there was a lot of room to walk around and do whatever.
It didn't feel like we were at a bar necessarily.
So you get hundreds and hundreds of people inside of a small town bar. The town's gonna be rocking.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun.
Now, have you looked up? You said we're going to Joyce.
Yep.
Joyce, Iowa. Have you looked up the population of Joyce, Iowa?
I have not. I think it's a town. So it's a township, I believe. Joyce is, and it's actually going to be, that one's going to be at a wedding like venue that has a bar.
Yep.
So it'll be a bigger space. It won't be like your traditional. What is it?
218 people.
Yes.
As of 2017.
I love that.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot of other surrounding areas. Yep. But so the reason why I was really pumped about going to Joyce is, and we'll announce the venue here soon.
Yep.
Once we get everything figured out. But what I was excited about is, so another page on the internet is called Iowa Chill.
Yep.
And I think they also run Midwest versus Everybody on Twitter. And I've been chatting with those guys, and I think they're actually be coming to some of the bar takeovers as well and doing content. But I told him that we were going to Joyce, and he was just like, oh yeah, that's a hell of a place to go. And I was like, all right, they're small, but apparently they like to drink Busch Light, and apparently this is going to be a great place to spend our weekend, Ryan. So
that's gonna be great.
That made me feel pretty good about that.
I wonder if they have like a Hilton or like a Courtyard by Marriott.
We're staying in Albert Lee, which is actually in Minnesota.
Okay.
Which is like 15, 20 miles away or whatever.
Yeah, Joyce probably doesn't have like a Hilton.
I don't know.
They definitely don't. That was
yeah, but we'll be staying there. That'll be interesting. The vlog from that's gonna be interesting, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. But so I was at an event this weekend, and it just sparked my mind of like the different types of people you see at the bar.
Yep.
And one that sticks out. Well, there's so many that stick out, but there's always the low hanging fruit of different types of people. The first one is the loud guy, right?
Yep.
He's always running around wooing. He's the male version of the woo girl.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got a lot more testosterone behind it. And so they're usually running around and calling guys out for not drinking enough.
Yeah.
Hey, you only got one beer in your hand. You need another one? Or, you've been nursing that beer for a while. You better start drinking. And so there's that guy. Do you know guys like that, Ryan?
Well, it just brings me back to my college days. Like you see you are one of those types of people.
Yeah.
Being a college kid, that was what I was going to get to. But yeah, there's always. I looked at it more as like, yeah, I might be nursing the spear, but if you're going to re-up me for my next beer because I'm not drinking it fast enough, like bring it on, baby.
You held on long enough to where he's going to buy you a beer.
Yeah, it's strategic.
Now,
in a
don't get
sense.
me wrong. We need these guys because they keep the party rolling.
Yes.
Or they get the party started.
Yep.
They're usually the ones that if it's kind of a dead atmosphere and they come in, I believe they would call him Good Time Charlie.
Sure.
I think that's on like a Montgomery Gentry song or something like that.
Okay.
Good Time Charlie with a Harley. But yeah, so that's one of them. Another one is the more opposite guy. So this one's more specific to when I see people at the bar. It's usually a quieter guy.
Yep.
And he'll just come up to me and go like, "Hey man, love your page. Do you mind if I just snap a pic quick?" And just like we just take a quick
Love those
selfie and then
guys.
he's just gone.
Yeah.
And it's like he's just a shyer guy and like
Yep.
doesn't want to sit in small talk or whatever, but just comes up and you see those guys at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually around where all the action's going, but they are not necessarily the ones creating the action.
The action.
Yeah.
But you know he's going to take that photo and he's going to go show his wife and he's going to go show his buddies
Yeah.
and like all the people that he's comfortable around. He's going to brag about that so much.
Yeah. And so you definitely saw that type of person. What other types of people do you see at the bar, Ryan?
There's always, I feel like regardless of the size of the bar, there's always the 2 to 3 to 6, like 21 or 22 or 23 year olds that
Yep.
are at the bar that are usually, right when they walk in, all heads turn because that's a small town bars.
Yep.
If they don't know you walking in, they're gonna look at you, until you get to the bar and you get to know people. But there's always that group of like college aged kids that are probably from a small town, maybe back for break. They're just looking to come in and have a good time, change up the scene a little bit from like your dance party,
Mhm.
like techno bar or something like that.
Well, and they usually, I imagine, yeah, and like the local, so it's a clash of the out of towners with the locals, right?
Yes.
But there's always like a point, right? There's a point where it's either going to go well or it's not.
Mhm.
It's going to be like the locals are going to be like, "Hey, these guys are kind of fun." And then they kind of all start meshing together and
Yeah.
it's like a great time at a small town bar.
Yep.
The other way is someone gets in a fight or someone starts talking to some dude's girlfriend.
Hate that, man.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I
when-
hate that, but that happens, right?
It-
And
oh,
so
absolutely.
So that's when stuff starts to go sour and then you get a whole
Yep.
different type of night.
Yep.
So I know exactly what you're saying.
I feel like it always helps, even if you're going into a small town bar where like maybe like your uncle is in there or like a family friend is in there. If you know one person in there, everyone else is going to warm up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's a good way to put it. Because you
yeah.
have someone to vouch for you, you know?
Yeah. The small town bars that I've been to, the atmosphere's been great. There's usually just one bartender.
Yep.
Probably 2 to 3 hours in, you're going to order a pizza. They have one pizza cooker and they have
Sounds
frozen.
good.
It's so awesome.
We got to get one of those for the
We got to
bunker.
get a pizza cooker. Yeah.
We have so much stuff to get for the bunker. We will if we get a pizza oven, then we have to get a freezer.
Yeah.
And then we got to
And then
get
we have to get
frozen
pizzas.
pizza.
Yeah.
But then we have to get somewhere to sit on. Then we also need plates for that. It's just
That's a lot for one pizza. We could just walk to
that,
Taco
that
John's. and-
$3 frozen pizza turns into like a couple $100
Yeah.
for just a pizza.
yeah,
but
it's the cost of doing business, you know.
I
love that
everything's the
phrase.
cost of doing business for Ryan. Another person that we see at the bar, just from even just like last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
is this one's a gal, and this gal doesn't do stuff unless their other friend does it with them.
Sure. Yep.
So they won't go dance on the dance floor unless their friend comes with them. They don't get a drink at the bar unless their friend comes gets them. Yeah, she can't go anywhere. They got to go to the bathroom together. She's gonna go out for a smoke break. She needs someone to come with her. Just everything. They're codependent on this other person. And oftentimes this other person is kind of mean to that girl too. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a very awesome relationship between the two, but that's one that I kind of saw this weekend. I don't know.
Can I tell you one thing I like about small town bars? You know it's a small town bar when we should play that game.
Okay.
You know it's a small town bar when they only serve beer in cans or bottles.
Okay. You know it's a small town bar when
Yeah, you froze on camera. Yes.
just give me a second, Ryan.
All right. I got you on this one.
You know it's a small town bar when the bartender goes shot for shot with everyone in the bar.
Sure. Okay. You know it's a small town bar when there's shake of the day.
Ooh, I do like shake of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's a small town bar when the bartender knows your address, and when they tell you it's time to go home, they need to give you directions to your own house.
Okay. This one's kind of out of left field.
You know it's a small town bar when if you play anything other than country music on the jukebox or the touch tunes or whatever, people are mad.
You know it's a small town bar when there's one 22-inch TV up in the corner.
Like usually like built into the wall.
Yeah.
It's been there since like 92.
Yep.
Yeah. You know it's a small town bar when you accidentally sit in some local guy's spot at the bar.
Oh yeah. You know it's a small town bar when there is a sliding beer cooler next to the bar.
Oh, I know what you're talking about for sure.
Yep.
I do love that. You know it's a small, this is a great one. You know it's a small town bar when the bartender goes out for a smoke break and just leaves the bar unattended for about 10 to 15 minutes, and people just go behind the bar.
Serve themselves.
But they also still put that beer on their tab because they're good people.
Yep. You know it's a small town bar when they have wood chips that represent free drinks.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know it's a small town bar when the locals have a monthly bill at the bar every month so that they don't have to close out their bar tab at the end of the night.
Yep. You know it's a small town bar when there's at least 5 head mounts on the wall.
That was a good one, Ryan. Obviously, head mounts, fish,
Sure. Yeah.
the whole shebang.
Taxidermy.
Yeah. There you go. I want to get a taxidermist as a sponsor on the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yep.
And then we can actually get a fish mount up there instead of just big mouth bush bass.
Yeah, I wish I could have brought like a big 30-inch walleye back from Lake Winnipeg.
Yeah, but you suck at fishing, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dry lake. We couldn't drink. There was no luck.
Well, that's why.
Right,
You couldn't
yeah.
drink.
Which is fine. I get it.
Oh, bush burp.
But yeah, if you're a taxidermist and you think that European mount could look better, reach out to us.
Yeah, absolutely. You know you're from a small town bar. You know you're in a small town bar when you even just look at your Uber app and everyone in the room just starts laughing at you.
You know you're at a small town bar when they do potlucks on Super Bowl Sunday.
Ooh, that. You also know you're in a small town bar when there's a meat raffle every Thursday or Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Ryan. You know you're in a small town bar when they run out of frozen pizzas there, so you run to your house quick, and then you throw your frozen pizza in their pizza oven.
I like that one.
You got any more, Ryan? Or is that the end of that segment?
I think that's probably the end of it. I was trying to think of one, like, you know, you're at a small town bar when you get like, what I always think of is talking to like the guy down the bar who's got like some pretty good hunting land, and you might buy him a drink. You might get to talking
Try
to
to
him,
butter him up a little bit.
bit, and you might get access to his hunting land the next day. That's such a small town bar thing. Like, hey, we're we're out pheasant on this morning. Only shot a couple, kind of looking for a new spot tomorrow. Like, you know where we can find any birds?
Yeah, and they usually have like talk with their
I got hundreds of birds around my place.
Grumbly voice sounds like they got rocks in their mouth, and they're like, you know what, I got a nice piece of land over here, and you know what, my son-in-law is just not quite what we thought he was with the gun behind him, and so we just are gonna leave him at home tomorrow. So if you want to take a spot, we can definitely do that. But that's usually how it goes.
But they won't give you like
any special.
Like, hey, let's meet here. They'll just be like, yeah, you'll go 5 miles south and then take a left on Highway 690,
and then we'll meet you right there at the patch.
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
Okay, we'll meet you at the patch. Yeah, we'll meet you there in the corner. But most people who are locals will understand what that means.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This all just reminds me of when I go pheasant hunting in South Dakota. It's in a very dinky, teeny town. Exactly what we're talking about. That's where I got most of those ideas from. It's in Plankington, South Dakota, and they just are the smallest town ever. But there's just such good pheasant hunting around there.
Yeah.
That that's like keeping the whole town in business almost.
Yeah.
But
when we were doing that segment, were you thinking of one bar in particular? I was too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was thinking of the Tolna, North Dakota bar. The I think it's called the backfield, or I think it's called the backfield, like the football backfield.
Right.
I was thinking of one bar the whole time because that is the epitome of small town bar.
Yep.
Been there multiple times. It's great.
I was thinking of the Plank Inn.
Sure.
At Plankinton, South Dakota. They have their yeah. So
This is getting me more pumped up about bar takeovers.
Yeah, so this is gonna be fun.
Iowa is gonna be super fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We have we'll be there on May 18th, but before that will be April 27th at the Showboat Saloon in Wisconsin Dells. I think earlier in the day they're gonna have like a mini golf tournament or something. Ooh. And then we'll take over the bar in the evening, shoot the podcast, shoot some other content, hang out, have a good time, drink some bush lattes, and we're just going to take over the bars.
Print some t-shirts.
You're liking that idea more now, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
I think it could be really fun.
I agree. So we'll hopefully see some of the fans, hopefully see some of the listeners at these bar takeovers over the next 6 months or so. Because that's what this is all about, is just getting Midwest people together to drink, hang out, and just do Midwest stuff. So this You Betcha Radio podcast was brought to you by our friends at the Bev Buckle. Bev Buckle is a belt buckle that is the world's first retractable drink holder, and you can find them at bevbuckle.com. That's BEVBUCKLE.com. And you can get 15% off of your order by using promo code YouBetcha with no space, YOUBETCHA at bevbuckle.com using promo code YouBetcha for 15% off.
Guys, thanks again for tuning in to episode 12 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. We talked a little bit about March Madness. We had a super good interview with Dude Dad, and we gave you a little insight on the future bar takeovers and what it feels like to be in a small town bar. So remember, the Nectar of the Gods Mountains shirt, what Miles gave
Crew neck sweatshirt.
Miles gave an audio visual earlier in the podcast. It gives you guys a good description of what you're going to be working with.
If that doesn't make you want to buy it, Ryan, nothing will.
No, then we're screwed.
Yep. Pack up shop.
So go check out the merch. We also have some YB branded t-shirts. it's been a good run for March. So I'm looking forward to printing that stuff up.
It's a little different than what we usually do, but I think it'll still look good.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, guys, go follow us on social media at OUBetcha. That's at OHHUBetcha. Ryan the T-shirt guy. I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Ryan the T-shirt guy. And then our two newest pages at moms.hotdish on Instagram and Facebook. That's at moms.hotdish, the official Midwestern meme page of the Midwest. Some alliteration going on there.
I like that, Ryan.
And then also go follow the Ranch Wrangler, guys. We're wrangling up the best viscosity, the best ranch in the Midwest. That's at Ranch Wrangler. The In-N-Out, I was a little bit disappointed with the In-N-Out episode, but I think they deserved it.
Yeah, they deserved to get flicked off.
Yeah.
They didn't have any ranch, and their fries stunk.
Yeah, see, and I never had any background going in. Normally, like, we'll talk about it and how everything went, and I never had any background, so I saw the teaser photo of the middle finger at the In-N-Out.
You were like, uh-oh.
And I was a little bit disappointed right away, but when I found out the verdict as to why you did that,
Made sense.
It made sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Also, just be looking for the bar takeover dates and locations. So maybe you can get to one by your hometown or your state at least. We're going to try and get as many states as we can. We'll see what happens.
yeah, we're traveling, man.
Yeah.
We're traveling.
We're going to be nomads here coming up.
Yep.
But I'm Miles, the You Betcha guy. May your ranch always be runny. Your bush lattes forever be cold. Cheers. Wow. Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.